Right, okay, so before we get into the Romanian deadlift properly with a barbell or with dumbbells, whichever one you're using it for, we're going to just go into a little bit of a routine which is going to teach you the hip hinge movement. So with that, we're just going to go up to the nearest wall, closest to whatever bar it is you're going to use, and we're just going to teach you the hip hinge movement by using the wall. So feet start shoulder width apart, okay, making sure to keep that chest up and shoulders back the whole time. I like to go hands across my body. And what you're going to try and do is basically teach yourself to stop sending your bum down like you would in a squat, but instead to go backwards and hinge at the hips. So the way we're going to do this, as I say, feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing straight forwards. You're going to go soft knees, so basically just taking the lock out of your knees, okay, like so. And all I want you to do is send your bum to the wall, chest down. You should start to feel a little bit of tightness in your hamstrings as you go down. Then push the ground away and drive those hips forwards, okay? Think about it as if you've got sort of like shopping bags in your hands and you're trying to close the car door with your bum, or kitchen, you know, drawer, whatever it might be. So, chest up, shoulders back, soft knees, and we're gonna send the chest over, sending the bum back to the wall. When we feel that tightness in our hamstrings, get to the toughest point, we're just going to drive those hips forwards. That's teaching you the hip hinge movement, teaching you how to keep a neutral spine so you're going to stay safe when you start to add weight. Okay, so next up what we're going to do, we're going to work on adding some load to the exercise. Now, keeping the main good form is what we need to do. So first of all, before we even go to a barbell or using dumbbells, what we're going to do is grab a kettlebell. It doesn't have to be a lot of weight because we're not looking to train your legs just too much here. This is just learning the form. So first off, we're going to get a kettlebell, and I just want you to start feet probably just above shoulder width apart now, depends on how big you are, and we're going to put the kettlebell right in the middle of our legs, okay? So our toes should be in line with the kettlebell, okay? So it should be inside our feet. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to practice the same exact thing, but the mistake that a lot of people make when they do an RDL is that they let the weight get too far away from them, which is likely to eventually cause some back rounding when they get to the bottom, and especially as they fatigue through the exercise. So this time what you're going to do, get in your position, everything else still applies, chest up, shoulders back, soft knees, and you're going to practice going back with your ass and down with your chest, getting that tightness in the hamstrings and not allowing this weight from going past that point of your toes. That's keeping it in the right, what will be a bar path when you use a barbell, and same with dumbbells. Same again. It also helps in an RDL to reset yourself every time between reps. So just remind yourself, shoulders back, chest up, soft knees, go again. Down, gonna drive through, shoulders back, chest up, soft knees, and down. As soon as you get into that routine, you're gonna start doing it without even having to think about it too much. Right, next up, barbell. Okay, so when you've done the other two things and you feel like you're ready to step up to a barbell, obviously most of these are going to be between 15 and 20 kilos, so you want to make sure you're comfortable with that weight. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to need to have whatever way it works in your squat rack or deadlift platform that allows you to move the bar up and down. You want this at a height where you're comfortable just walking it on, because the last thing you want when you've completed a hard set of RDLs, going down, up, and then having to lug it up onto a high one. So just have it so you can comfortably walk it onto the hooks, and that's the first thing. So after that, what you want to do is exactly the same things that you've learned from the other two iterations of the RDL, and just making sure that you're keeping all of it in that routine, and you'll be fine. So first off, as far as grip with the RDL on barbell, what you're going to do, just take your grip just outside of your knees. So whatever that is for you, feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to take my grip just slightly outside my knees. Now, same exact things apply. All we're going to do, feet shoulder width apart, toes pointed forward, chest up, shoulders rolled back, everything applies the same. Soft knees, and we're going to allow that chest to go down, keeping that bar within my toes, feel the tightness in my hamstrings, and then push up and drive the hips forward. A big part of this as well is keeping everything tight and in line. So obviously we're having our shoulders back and chest nice and high, but another thing to think about is trying to snap the bar in half. What that's going to do, this movement here, turning your elbow crease forwards to the front of the room, is going to allow your lats to contract and keep everything a lot tighter. So think about that as well. Chest up, shoulders back, soft knees, squeeze the bar, try and snap it in half. I'm going down, in that line, bum back, drive through, hips through, and when you're done, walk it on. Let's go. You've just learned the RDL.